What is up, guys? So I know it's been a little while since my last video. I want to say like 3 weeks ago, and maybe longer. But I know I said I was gonna make another video like a week after that, but I didn't get around to it. So I got this video now. So yeah, that video is basically me just kind of doing some install stuff with the actual box, putting the amp on it and everything, mounting it, and I think that was about it. But yeah, so in that time I was able to actually finish the system, like put the alternator on in the front, and then I got the battery and everything like that. So yeah, basically it's done at this point. I have put in everything that I got, besides the fan. You know, I can't really put that in now because I forgot to put it on the box and mounted everything, but it's no big deal. The amp doesn't get too hot and everything runs pretty good. But yeah, everything's finished right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you like a walkthrough of everything I got back there, from behind the seat. That's where I have it all mounted at. But yeah, I'm really happy with it so far. I think everything looks really nice. Sounds really good. Sounds great, I think, for just being a 10. It's hard to imagine still that like I had just like dreams of building a system, anything back 2 years ago when I first got my license, and then now having something like this and building it myself. I don't know, I really like the fact I built it myself and it turned out just like I planned and really nice, and really happy with it. I think that was a lot of the reason why I wanted to do this was just to see if I could build something like this, and the fact that I can is kind of nice to know. Because like I like bass, of course, but you don't really need this much bass, so building the system for me was a big part of it too. So yeah, enough with that. I'm gonna go ahead and show you back there. I'll get out and show you back there though, because it's kind of hard to see, but that's basically what it looks like. Get the battery right there. Isolator, fuse block right there for the 4-channel, and then all the wires. But yeah, I'll go back there and show you a closer look. It's kind of cramped back here having this back seat down with the seats and everything, but you know, I'll make it work. So right here I got the battery. It's an Excess Power XP2500. Pretty big battery for just a 10, but I want to go overkill and not have like not enough. Got the negative right here going to the chassis, 2 negatives to the amp. Over there I got the 2 positives to the amp, positive from the alternator or in the front battery, and then I got the positive to the 4-channel up front. I got these nice what are these? I think Jim's Machine Works, something like that. It's right there if you can see it. Right there, battery terminals. Those are pretty nice. They're pretty big. I have 8 spots, so if I ever want to add on, I have 4 more over here on each one. Excess Power battery mount here, which I think looks really good. It's all stainless and everything. Oh yeah, and I got the carpeted trunk piece here cut to the size of the trunk. I cut that out. I think you've seen that last video. Then I carpeted it, so it looks nice. Everything's cut to fit the car. And I had to put a support where the spare was because I can't get to the spare anymore, so yeah, that's good now, and I can take the spare if I want in the back seat. We got the 8-gauge speaker wire here, 2 runs, and I'm running, let's see over there, 4-gauge actually on the box to wire it down to 1 ohm. There's the fuse block. There's the 2 runs to the amp, fused with 250 amp fuses. Kind of overkill because it's only a 200 amp total on the fuse, or on the amp. 200 amp fuses on the amp, sorry. And then a 300 from the front, from the alternator. And that one's a 60 just because 8-gauge is pretty small, doesn't need much. So yeah, that's pretty much it back here. Oh yeah, we got the isolator down here. The wire comes in off the front, off the battery and the alternator, and then goes to the fuse and to the battery here, so we can get power. That's about it back here. Yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I think it looks really nice. Every time I show this to anyone, I pop the trunk, everyone's like, damn, look at that. I'm like, yeah. Looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. Hard to believe all this is just a power of 10 and just a little 4-channel amp, but it does the job, and my lights don't dim anymore, and it hits way harder than before when I didn't have this. It was alright with just the alternator, but the problem was when the bass would hit, it caused a huge load on the system, and then caused the headlights to almost get too bright because it pulls so many amps out and everything. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I think that's why. But yeah, with the battery back here, it makes everything good. The only problem I have now is kind of like at idle. It still pulls a lot of power, but as long as you keep the RPMs up, it does pretty good. So yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with this. I think it sounds great, looks great, everything. So yeah, that's about it for that. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a demo now. I just recorded that and I'll put it in right here. So yeah, here we go. Alright, so yeah, right now I'm off of Highway 120 on this little dead-end street. I'm gonna try to not annoy any more people than I have to, and there's no one out here right now. It's all kind of just farmland and just the freeway, so it's a good place, I think, for a demo. I've got a few songs queued up that I think really do good on the system. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play those. One is Flair Drip by, what is it, Metro Boomin and Offset. Metro Boomin and Offset. And the other one is Reason and Metro Boomin by Big Sean. Those two songs I think really sound good on this system. Even though it is a 10, it gets really low and these songs have some good low notes. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into that. I'll give a little clips inside the car real quick of like the mirrors and everything shaking because they shake like crazy. And even the door, and then I'll go around the back and I'll show you the actual sub moving. So here we go. Play this one first. That turned up. Alright, so there's that one. If you heard the squeaking, that's just the belt on the pulley for the alternator. Just, even with the battery back though I got, this thing bogs it down so bad when you're idling. So yeah, that's the squeak from. I should probably tighten my belt up. I think I'm gonna do that probably after this. But yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play the next song right now and we'll go back and check it out again. This one's got more like kind of hits to it versus like just constant bass, so it's different but still hits really hard. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, as you can tell, I'll turn this off. For just a 10, that thing hits pretty hard, I think. I mean, I haven't really heard of many systems with like multiple subs and like 15s and stuff. I heard one with 2 15s, but I would say that's still probably louder. But yeah, for just a 10, I think that thing hits really hard. I definitely recommend that sub, the Sundown X10 V2. I think it's really nice, and for how small of a space you need, like just a 1.5 cubic foot box can do that. It's just amazing. I never would even imagine that you can get that out of just such a small sub. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. Really happy with this build. I'm so glad I went like how I planned. I had some doubts. I kind of went with this too small of a sub. I kind of wish I would have gotten with a bigger one, or would have gone with a bigger one in the beginning, but after hearing this, once I put it together, I have no regrets. The sub, I think, is perfect. It's almost too much for me. It's almost like too much just to drive with. Right now I kind of like it because I'm getting used to it, and I just finished installing it the other day. But after a while, I'm probably gonna probably get tired of that much bass. But it is kind of cool just to have it and everything. I'm really glad I had it all together, and it's nice that I built it myself. I think that was a lot of it, was I just wanted to build it myself and see if I could do all this, and it turns out I guess I can. It's hard to believe I went from just dreaming of building a system 2 years ago and only going through a few and having something like this now. It's kind of cool. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Really appreciate it. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, stay tuned for further stuff, maybe updates on modifications and stuff to this, although I don't think I'm going to be doing any. It's pretty good the way it is, but I might be doing some door speakers and stuff like that because I have some pretty old ones. But yeah, besides that, thanks for watching and see you next time.